Well, hello, Michael. Thank you for joining us and sharing your project, an extension that's been completed along with the roof lantern blind. If you could cast your mind back to when the extension was just a dream, what were you trying to achieve?
Well, thanks, Steve. Yeah, we moved into a new build, and as you know, new builds are not big on kitchens; they're not that big. So we always tended to build an extension. We borrowed a bit off the dining room, made the kitchen bigger, but also extended it into this single stories of sitting in here now. So we wanted like a kitchen diner because you do spend, or we spend a lot of our time, you know, uh, cooking, cleaning, but eating out here as well. So we wanted the benefits of both. And also with the bifolds, you can open up and you've got the garden and you're in and out. So yeah, that's what we wanted, and we got that was during lockdown. Fortunately, it was built just in the first year of lockdown, so we'd always intended to get a roof blind, um, but we lived with it for a year or so, 2 years, and we thought, yeah, it's time that we did it. So we looked around, took our time, and we come to you guys.
Yeah, and what were the problems so you had a year or two of living with it. What did you notice? Was it too bright, too hot?
Well, funny enough, the we had a conservatory-ish before, and it was the heat. The heat was especially with no hair. It was really hot on the head. So we knew that the technology of roof lanterns has developed, and it is good. So it's not the heat. The heat out here is absolutely fine, and we've got an awful lot of glass. But it was the glare. You try eating, lunch midday, 1 o'clock in July, August, and it's the glare. You squint. So it was just it was just the glare. But really, the winter. I mean, we live out here all the time, especially in the summer, and we want to do it in the winter as well because well, that's not a huge garden, but we love our garden and we want to sit out here. But we want to feel comfortable as well. So those couple of years that we had, we've got quite a tall lantern, and it develops a current, like a convection current. It's almost like there's a draft. So when we spoke to Chris, he said that these reflectors do cut that out. So that's a major benefit in the winter. We can come out here, and it will also warm up quicker. And being October now, and we've lived the roof blind for what, almost a month, just over a month now. And unfortunately, we've had some cold evenings, and we've used it, and it does cut out that current. So it's 100% correct. And it's going to make it more livable as the evenings and get colder and colder. It should heat up because we have got the blackout blind as well, which is thermal. We've not just got the anti-glare one, the thin one. We've got the thick one, and it's great. It's also a very good colour of white. It matches in with the rest of the white decor, and it just looks like you've got a ceiling. And there's no problem with lighting because we've got the bifolds as well, and a window on the side. So the light has not been interrupted whatsoever. So yeah, so it was the glare and also the winter living out here as well with the drafts which is cut out.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing what it does and the improvements in thermal comfort too. So did you look at any other options besides window treats before making your
Um,
selection?
yeah, like anything, it's expensive. To us, we wanted the best. So you look around, you read the reviews. There are loads there, aren't there, for doing it yourself type installations to all the different variations you can get. But unless you actually speak to someone, looking at things online is not really good. So the samples that Chris sent were great. You could feel it and touch it. But something, looked like a good product. And you guys with the testimonials and the write-ups, we entrusted it to you. Because say it is a big investment. They do say that if you get a blind, it does work for you, and it lasts years. And you can see by the quality and the guys that come around and fitted it is top notch. So we're really happy with the quality. But yeah, you do take a chance because you don't know. Um, who you're going to have come round to fit it. Speaking with what kind of product it is. So yeah, so spoke to a few people and we took a chance with you guys, and we're really happy we did. When
Yeah,
have
and you
you
went
been?
for the Athena roof blind because you've got quite a large roof lantern. up there?
Yes, I think it's about 3 meters. I'll show you at the end of the video. Just turn the camera up. Yeah, it's quite long. It stretches the whole nearly the length of the single story we've got here, and it's not mains. It works off of batteries, and it's solar as well, and it feels really strong. It's tight as well, so it looks like a complete ceiling when it's across. There's no sagging or anything. So yeah, so Athena was the one for us.
No, that's fine. In fact, I'm gonna do a slight correction. It's embarrassing. It's the Zeus because it's battery operated, and so it's the sister product. So it's like the
Ah,
Athena, but it's the battery version. I got that wrong, haven't I? So it shows even when you're in the business, you can get the names muddled up, and the Somfy is a motor. Is the motors and the controls that help it function. So you've got a white blackout fabric as well, which is fantastic for keeping that heat in and reducing the glare as well. How did you find the process? Because it is slightly unusual. I guess with lockdown, people were used to using Zoom and Teams, but that's how you went through a working session. The information about the blind you went through with Chris on Teams.
yes, it's the world we live in now. I used to work for BT, so our lives lived on Zoom calls before lockdown, during lockdown, and after as well. So yeah, we lived on it. So I knew what it's like, and I get it. That's the world now, but you learn so much more than just clicking and looking at a picture. You need to talk to someone, but as we are now, face to face, it does carry a lot more weight and you can have a much better conversation as well over it. So yeah, it's the world we live in, and obviously coming from that sort of area anyway, it wasn't daunting for me. It was very good. I'm glad that's the thing that you could offer. Some companies didn't do that.
We always hope it's doesn't feel like a sort of salesy process. It's about getting you the information you need to make the decision that's right for you in your home. How did you find it? Do you find it salesy at all?
No, no. I think with like most products, if people do some homework first, I mean, I get that you could just speak, say, look, I'm looking for a roof line, what you've got, and you expect a sales pitch back because you don't know what you're doing. But if you do, some work beforehand and then speak, like Chris knew that we had a discussion, so that sales bit was out. So you just talk technical or you talk other aspects of it. So no, it's not salesy at all. But I'd imagine if you needed it to be, it could be. But no, there was no pressure at all put on us. And it was just like having a discussion about a product, and it just came out flowed natural.
Excellent, excellent. So, and of course, the Zeus roof lantern blind is it's got a 30 kilos of tension across the fabric, which is why you're not seeing that rippling compared with most other products around in the industry, and indeed some of our more junior models, our first generation models. So you described it like looking like your ceiling, and that's kind of amazing for a blind, isn't it? No sag.
It is, and that was some of the criticisms of other products. You looked, and that absolutely did not want it look like a curtain pulled across. That's not the point. You get what you pay for, and we've certainly got it. It just looks like a plastered ceiling. So we're more than happy with that. No light gets in when it's across either, so there's no like shafts of light. It completely seals it, and it's completely flat. So yeah, it feels heavy when you look at it and you see it work. It feels solid, and that you can see the tension. It looks right. So yeah, more than happy.
Well, thank you, Michael. And then you met the installation team for the survey, and then of course we went to manufacture the blind, but the install. And how did you find the team?
Yeah, they're very good. They come around to survey it to begin with, all laser levels as well, which is good to see. I mean, I do a bit of DIY myself, so it's good to see. They had all the right equipment. Very nice. They answered a lot of questions as well. We had a chat. The survey, and when it comes to actually installing it, you look at that and you think, yeah, 2 hours, that'll be done. But no, they were here a long time. They took a lot of time over it. I think it was over half a day, and you could see where it went. They cleaned up beforehand because you need a little bit of a hoover because the lanterns and spider web it was up there, and afterwards they cleaned up after themselves. But yeah, popping in to see what they're doing. They were diligent with their work, very thorough, and that's good to see when you got someone come around. They didn't just throw it up and leave, and they took their time.
Fantastic. And I think you've always said it's done what you wanted it to do.
Yeah, exactly. So we've had it closed because it was quite bright at one point. We caught the end of the sort of the September sun, and it worked. I think right, this is going to work really well next year in the the heat, hopefully, of next July and August. But yeah, we've also because we had then cold evenings, we've experienced what it feels like with the room heating up and there's no draft. So we've caught both ends, so we can see already that it's going to work really well.
Mm. Well, Michael, I've only got two questions left. One of them, the penultimate one, is would you recommend Window Treat to friends and family?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Really, really happy.
Oh, that's music to my ears. And my last question is, and I think this is the one everybody wants to have the answer to, can we see it in action? Can we see it close and open, please?
Yeah, I'll tilt the camera up since I'm sitting under it. So there we are, glare free. 3 meters. That's how long it takes to get across. So yeah,
Fantastic. Well, no, thank you ever so much for sharing that. It'll be really useful for others looking at roof lantern blind products. And again, thank you for trusting us with your with the blind in your home.
no, thank you very much. Thank you, Steve.